Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. I will start with Ethereum to do the review, and I'll start with Ethereum on the daily. On the daily, we can see that we are at a major point of support and resistance, and to my mind, we've only done one level of the two levels that we can drop to. So this is the peak formation, which is a head and shoulders formation, and this formation had a target down to the first level here, and then there's this level that when it breaks, it's going to take us to the next level of support and resistance. Now I put it down to 500. 500 Ethereum is a little bit unimaginable at the moment, but it might happen. We can see that the stochastic on the daily and the RSI on the daily are severely turned down. It takes a lot of momentum to lift the stochastic up from where it is right now. You can also see that this one here is a consolidation channel, and it looks like it's consolidated for a drop down. Some people might call this a bear flag. The target would be slightly above where I put mine. It would be right around here, the $670 rather than the 500, which again might be plausible. These are, of course, daily levels. So for the trades that I'm going to be setting up today, these levels are good to keep in mind. But at the moment, we are quite, we are 40% away from these levels, and we'll get to them step by step, day by day, rather than all of a sudden. I'm not saying we should start shorting for the 600 straight away. Now on the 4 hour arc, we've had a descending wedge that did not break upwards. It actually broke downwards. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes ascending channels or ascending wedges break upwards when they've been accumulating. Sometimes descending wedges break downwards when they are part of distribution phases. This descending wedge met its target at $1,100. And now we've come down to the next level of support and resistance in this arc, which is, well, the next one, and again, I might be a bit more extreme, is 10, 20, 1010, 1010, 1020. But the point is that we have broken this diagonal trend line. So this diagonal trend line that was confirmed here has broken. And when this breaks, this is actually the trend line for this ascending wedge. And if I am to calculate the technical target of this 4 hour wedge, it's going to be really, really juicy. And I will be, again, the way I measure my wedges is somewhere in the middle. I don't measure the widest part. I know that sometimes they meet the widest part target, but I'd rather be more conservative and take my profit when it's offered. So this is the technical target, and the technical target is around 800 for this 4 hour wedge target. Now this 4 hour wedge target is not something that will arrive at straight away. Again, when I set up the trades for this week, and I'll show you how I see them happening, we're gonna go there by swings up and down, so it's not gonna happen all of a sudden. Of course, I used to trade the 4 hour, and it's a great time frame to trade. You can put in a small position here. Make sure you add a little bit more to the margin, and so that you cover any, you know, potential spikes. Though if you've entered here, there might be a retest. That's why I'm saying there might be a retest. So a nice margin to cover any super spikes or any stop losses, and then following it down. And as it breaks, for instance, the previous low, DCA in. As it breaks the next low, DCA in. That's how I would be trading it. But I'll be trading it in 1 hour trades. And these are the trades that I have in mind. So at the moment, maybe I was a little bit more optimistic with this line here, though it is quite strong. It has a couple of touches. This line would have been a little bit surer for 10.30 rather than 10.22. But anyways, it's literally cents, dollars. Sorry, not cents. So these are the weekly trades that I have in mind for Ethereum. So this is the 1 hour arc, and this is the space that we are moving between. So initially I said last night that once the 50 was retested on the 55, sorry, was retested on the 4 hour, and it got rejected there, the next level would be this level of support and resistance, which, and again, I put the target a little bit higher, which was the 1100. It was in line with our wedge, our descending wedge target and our ascending channel target. So the 1100 was the target, and it was met. Now this line broke here, so I'm looking at the next level of support and resistance, which would be the 1022. Now there will be some movement here up and down. The 4 hour just broke. I have this, I'll call it superstition. When the 4 hour starts green, it ends up being red. So it started green. I assume there will be some more downward movement. We're going to have a look at the MAs and you'll see what I mean by that. But anyways, this would be the next trade to make. And if this line breaks, again, level by level, this will be the next trade. Now, if the arc gets here to its base, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this. And if this level breaks, then this would be the next target. Again, this might come down in a channel or in a wedge pattern. We'll see what happens when it gets there. This is a 50% drop. It won't happen overnight. Crypto might be volatile, but that does sound a bit extreme. So level by level, these are the trades that I see. That I see for this week. So this was the first one, this was the second one, and the third one is down to here. I'm going to move this back here because I want to have it clear in my mind if it decides to retest. This is the downward scenario, and the trades are quite juicy. So from this one, again, I'm going to leave a little bit of fat on the bone. 4%, 40% when it's 10x. This would be 7%. And of course, the juiciest, which is the breakout trade to here, 10%. So between the three of them, about 21%. Let's say you don't catch all of them at 100% their potential. Generally, traders leave around 30% on the table. So 20% in total, which would be a 200% profit. 30% on the table, 60%. So about 1.4x in a week. It is the week coming after this accumulation, so it's supposed to be a juicy one. About once a month we have such weeks, and that's the moment when a lot of gains are made. Now that's my scenario downwards. I have an upwards scenario as well. So if we do, for instance, now here, if I go to the 1 hour and I see anything suspicious, let me see if there are any double bottom structures. There's no double bottom on the 1 hour. There's not even a double bottom on the 15 at the moment. So nothing to tell me, oh, we are reversing upwards. So at the moment, no reversal. No, there's no reversal structure. So I wouldn't necessarily take my profit here. I would wait for this. It's a little bit. So if you want to take your profit and go to bed, happy days, and wake up in the morning and see what happened here. If it broke it, if it retested, and get in. If it has, you could do that. However, if there is some reversal structure here, I am at the moment in a Bitcoin and XRP short. So if I see some sort of Bitcoin reversal structure or XRP structure, I will let you know. And again, I would advise securing profits, so moving the stop loss somewhere around here to give it space to move down if it wants to, but also not compromising your profits if it does decide to do a huge, because the market is quite volatile now. Bear markets are very volatile because there's less liquidity in them and it's easier to move them with less funds. So it's easier for the market makers to move a market that's smaller than a market that's bigger, obviously. So if we have some reversal structure here, we might see the next level being tested. If the next level is, if we see a reversal here, then this would be the next target. If this target is kept, then this would be the next target. And again, if this is kept, this one would be the, do you know what? No, sorry, I take that back. I don't know why, do you know why I had moved it? Sorry. This here would be the next target. And if that target is met, and if the level is broken, then again we should be going to around the 1500, which is backed up by MAs. I will show you what MAs we have there and why that would be a good long target. So these are the levels that I'm taking into account this week. 1100, 1000 approximately, then 1150, then 1250, and then upwards for the 1500 target. So we have to go level by level. At the moment it's called range trading, and it's good to have our confirmation before going into trades. Even if you're leaving a little bit on the table, don't worry, there's still plenty of gains to be made. In terms of the MAs, this is where we are on the daily. We've almost, that's why I put it there, we've almost reached the bottom of the Bollinger on the daily, and I find it, honestly, I find it surprising that we haven't really touched it the way we touched it here. But this might be exactly this situation, so we might be closing the day where we are right now, and then at the turn of the day, the VWAP will come pushing it down and bringing it down a little bit more. So as you can see on the daily, things are not looking great at all. We have the 5 coming down over the 20 and the 10. So that will for sure give a push down. We had on the daily this huge channel that we are in, and we tried to break the midline. Again, I'm not trading this channel. I'm using it as a guiding channel to see, you know, instead of the horizontal support and resistance line that I showed you at the start, I use this one as well for the downwards swing, to monitor the downwards swing. And I know I could put another line here, but I'm a minimalist, so I like these lines as they are. The fewer the better. It keeps my mind clear and focused. Now, here we tried to break the midline and got rejected. and got rejected with a 50 down. If I am looking at a similar situation with a 5 down, sorry, if I'm looking at the previous situation, for instance here, what happened when the 5 came down over the 10 and the 20, you can see it wasn't pretty. So coming down to a 700 or even a bit of a spike through this, the 500, the 600 levels would not be impossible. If we come down to the bottom of the Bollinger on the 1 hour and then come up and then retest this, then we have the possibility to go up. And here we have the 1450 EMA, and here we have the 1600. So somewhere between them is our 1500 target. 1500. Give me a second. I know there is an MA that so this is the 2410. Yes, okay, finally I found it. I knew there was an MA that I was looking at for that, and that is the 10. It's a 10 MA on the weekly. So we get above the weekly time frame. Looks like it's doing a little bit of consolidation here, and if this consolidation manages to break upwards rather than downwards, it would get to the 10 MA on the weekly, which is, again, if I go back to the daily, and I like to pick those midline targets. The top of the channel would be 1700. The 50 MA would be 1400. In between them, 1500, which is the technical target of the wedge that it's been in. So I like to set the targets like that to have as much confluence as I can. Let's have a quick look short term on the 1 hour. Stochastic is down, hasn't managed to turn yet. The regular RSI is up. There is a bullish divergence here, but again, we are in a very aggressive downwards momentum. We've seen over the course of 2 days, where was it, 19th, yes, from here, that's where it started. So over the course of 2 days, Ethereum has made a 15% drop. So it is a downwards momentum. It's again, this would have liquidated everybody unless you were extra margined. So the pressure is on. I don't see how we could even stop here, to be honest. I would say we're gonna go down here, 950, which is the next support, or even to the 850 area. But again, going back to the trade setups, we'll take it level by level. We have to see. There will be some retests in between, and Ethereum is great at those retests. I've got I used to trade Ethereum, and I stopped doing it because all this sideways was quite annoying and irritating to me. But I love TAing it, and I love posting the trade setups. It showed me recently the steps ahead Bitcoin and XRP. For instance, when Ethereum got rejected here and started heading down, XRP and Bitcoin were just getting going. Now, speaking about Bitcoin, we can move on to Bitcoin. Here we have some beautiful daily structures. They are all accumulation or distribution patterns. I'm gonna put a I want to use the same line. So as you can see in this channel, we've had swings up that got rejected at their divergence line and started heading downwards. Broken the divergence, back tested, headed downwards. Broken divergence, back tested, headed downwards. Broken divergence, no back test, spill down. Broken divergence. Is it gonna happen again? That is the big question. Similar to Ethereum, I think we are in a level 2 situation. So I'll use the brush. This was the peak formation. We came down one level to here. So this is level 1. I love writing with the brush. Level 2. We generally need 3 levels down. This is the way the markets work. Going up 3 levels, we're accumulating orders, coming down 3 levels. So here would be the next level according to my count, and again it's somewhere between 11 and 13,000 Bitcoin, $13,000 for Bitcoin. We've turned down on the stochastic on the daily. The RSI on the daily is down. The divergence line is broken. So at the moment, I honestly don't see it stopping here at 18,500. I see it coming down to at least 16,500. And there I'll see what happens if it's going to come down to the 13,000. It's already made, Bitcoin made similar to XRP, did a massive drop this weekend when everybody thought it was going parabolic to 40K, which is crazy because it hadn't kept the support that it should have. But again, this is how we work. We work it's a very psychological game. One pin to the up, second pin to the up, third pin to the up. So we have, oh, we're going up. No, we're not. Now we're going up. No, we're not. Now we're going up. Okay, now we are. That's when we pile up liquidity. So from the 10th here to where we are, Bitcoin again, more conservative. Bitcoin has been the most conservative compared to XRP and Ethereum. 11% so far. Similar to Ethereum, it's broken on the 4-hour, the divergence line. I see it coming down to the next level. This is my short target, 18,700. I will be watching it though, because I don't want any hasty reversals. At the moment, I don't think there are any reversals. I will check. So this is the 1 hour. It's back testing the support. It's back testing the divergence line. Let's see if there are. Okay. The 15-minute is okay. All right. So we might be going. We might be doing a little bit of sideways along this divergence line. Based on my experience, this crossing here of the 20 over the 50 does not happen very lightly on the 4-hour, and this is what happens. Let me start showing it to you. So this is what happens when it does cross. So huge spills. Now, there might be a moment like this one here. That's why I'm saying my next target is 18,000, not 16,000. Because there might be a moment like this here, where it's just consolidation for reversal. But even this moment here, and I'll show you another one, because this is how I measure my my TA. This one was an extra 6% drop. There was a similar moment when it did it like that here. Here, where it was actually a beautiful fake out situation. and this one was 2%, an extra 2%. Now here, let's measure to see how much we've had. We've had a 6%. So again, we've met the conservative there. It might, again, we might have had a fake out and then we're rushing into the space of the arc, and again we have a reversal to the upside. I don't see any double bottom structure on the 15-minute. It might be a V-shaped recovery, who knows? But again, I would be securing some profits if I see any double bottom structure. Until I see some double bottom structure, I'll let it run, because again, I think it's going for a bigger move. And I'm saying that because of what's happening in terms of the MAs. Here they are. The 20 has crossed over the 50 on the 4-hour. I'm actually gonna use one of Roy's charts if I could find it. No, I'll go back to mine. So I don't think I can find it just like that. Anyways, so this is where we are. We might be retesting the 5 on the 4-hour, but there's a lot of pressure coming down from the top. The 10 coming down, the 20 coming down, the 10 coming down, the 5 coming down, the 20 crossed upwards over the 50, but I'm pretty sure this, under the pressure, it might come down. The Bollinger on the daily is at the 18,700, so maybe to be sure, moving the target up to 18,800, just to be sure we get those profits. So how do I see the trades happening this week? Again, I have 3 trades in mind. 2 of them, well, one of them has already happened. We are in process of coming down for the second one, and then we have the third one, which is the breakout trade. It can go both ways. Okay, I need more of these little lines. You'll see why. So it can go both ways. I'll tell you the downward scenario first. So the first trade that we achieved from here, yes, it was yesterday. The testing of the 5 on the I think it was let me change to the 4-hour, guys, because I always get the numbers the other way around. So we tested almost tested the 10 on the 4-hour. We came quite close to it. We tested the divergence line here. This divergence line is super good to have as a guiding light for the downwards. So we've already completed this trade. I took profit from this trade last night because I didn't know if this line was going to hold or not. So that's how I am trading at the moment. I am taking my profits level by level, waiting for confirmation, going in on confirmation and retest, rejection. And today we saw that on the 1-hour, it was a beautiful triple top rejection, and then coming down for this. Now here we have the next target, and again I'll move it slightly higher, 18,800, to match the Bollinger on the daily. Now if we break this level, which is this lower bottom here, lower previous low, I think we will be breaking out of this structure here, And again, oh, I was very conservative with this last night. I will be less conservative today. Again, in the middle, and again, it's not a super precise measurement, because you will be following it as it happens, and that's, you need to follow the trades to see as they come to their completion. So this is the big spill trade, and this is 15,000. Now this breakout trade could be traded as one trade, or you could be trading it up and down depending on the how long you want to keep your position. I would be trading, for instance, the first leg from here, which is again the breakout leg here, and the target would be the 1700 to be more careful to take the profit. So one trade is done. We are on our way to the second one. Bitcoin has more conservative percentages. This one was a 4%, 4.8%. So when you're 10xing, it's this one is again 4. So together an 8. Ethereum had bigger stages, and this one would be a juicy one at 11 from here. So in between them about 19%. 19% is let's say you leave is 190% 10x. So if you're leaving 30% on the table, that would be, oh, that is so hard, about 1.4x from these 3 trades. Now, this would be the downward scenario, 1, 2, 3 steps down. The upward scenario would be from where we are here, we retrace back to the 50 on the 4-hour. Great support and resistance. If that 50 holds, we're going for the top of the wedge, or the previous tops around 21,900, 22,000. And if that holds, we are going for 25,000, 26,000. So these would be the 3 trades upwards, 1, 2, 3 upwards. That would be the 3 levels here. And again, we would need confirmation. So first we would need this to break out from this wedge, from this descending channel. So that would be breaking this divergence line. There it is. Which is I love it when my trend lines go hand in hand with the MAs, which is the 10 MA on the 4-hour. So we gain support on the 5, we gain support on the 10, we're going for the 50. Well, gaining support on the 5 here is actually regaining the previous line of support and resistance. And I would be looking at it on the 1-hour, seeing how the 1-hour holds it. We would need some sort of a base for this. We would need a bottom formation here. Now, again, the 50 is and always will be a major support and resistance. Look what happens when it gets above the 50 on the 4-hour. You have hours and hours and hours of upwards movement. So you could trade that level by level and take your profits level by level, or you can leave it to run for the next level up 21. And again, I am conservative here. I'll move it slightly lower there. Perfect. So that would be my levels. In terms of MA movement, one-hour arc. The MAs, this is the MA chart. Yes, there's a lot coming down from above. That's what I want to tell you. Sorry, guys. It's been a long night and day. So that again, we have the 5 coming down over the 10. It's not looking great. It is not looking great. Bitcoin hasn't gone as far as Ethereum has in relation to the 50. We have the 10 coming up above the 20, which should be slightly bullish, but they're not going anywhere. Both of them are just sort of like a resistance right now, and if the 5 is going to come down, it's probably going to give it another push. And I think we are making a drop at the moment. We seem to be getting rejected at the trend line here, which is what I want to see for my target to be met. So that's how I see the levels this week. That's how I see the trades this week. Again, to sum it all up, I think we're going to come down level by level. It might be a flash crash, but again, this is, you can hear it in my voice. Bear markets are great for 2 things. First, developing trading skills, excellent to be trading in. Second, because because they have great volatility. So great for the academy because you guys get to trade more and to train more. And second, for the percentages, the gains, because there is more volatility up and down. The market's easier to move. Just to add on the DXY index, which I follow on the shorter time frames these days, because the bigger time frames at the moment are not they're maxed out. They're not making a move. Daily looks like it's maxed out. It's making this evening cross, so it's not looking like it has the momentum to go anywhere. But the 4 hour looks like it wants to have another lift. The DXY index shows the strength of the dollar, so the stronger the dollar is, that adversely impacts riskier investments such as Bitcoin. And I watch it on the 1 hour, and because there is an inverse correlation between what the DXY does and what Bitcoin does. Most of the time. So Bitcoin, they're not identical. That doesn't happen. I don't know how often it happens with the DXY. I know with the S&P is 70% correlation, but yeah, I'm watching it. If the DXY pumps as it has for the past 3 hours, 4 hours, then Bitcoin dumps. So I want it to dump. It's in my short, and I want the DXY to pump. The news hasn't been great today in terms of what's affecting the market, in terms of what you're. This is the website that I use for my news, the Forex Factory. You can see it's easily coded red and green. Red means it's bad, so the market will likely come down. So that's how I see it playing out in the short time frame. I am waiting for this target to be completed. It'll be a nice juicy trade to make the second one, and looking forward to the big breakout trade. Thank you for today, and I will see you on Thursday when we're going to do a post-trade analysis. So Thursdays will be for post-trade analysis. Great repetition there. We'll be looking at the trades that we set up this week, what worked, what didn't. There are signals, there are confirmations for trades, and then there are traps in trades. Something happens and we don't see it, and we fall into that trap, and we might lose profit or not take a reversal, one or the other. So we'll be looking at that, because there comes a moment as the next step where you learn from being in the market, and I think this is a great way to learn while being in the market. So enjoy your trading this week. I'll see you Thursday at the end of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, most volatile days, higher volume days, great to be trading. Fridays are very volatile as well, but they're order settling days, so the volatility might not be very predictable. You should be making super gains in the first days, and then taking the Friday and the Saturday off, starting on Sunday to prepare for the start of the week. That's it for me. I could be talking longer, but there's no point. I've said what I want to say. I will see you Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow for the London session, and then I'll see you Thursday. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your trading, and good luck.